Hey, you!
What if?
You walk through walls. Is it just me or is something different about this episode? It's like we're missing something.
Yes, or maybe someone.
Oh yeah, where is he?
I have no idea.
Maybe he's having a nap. Or not. Maybe he's hiding in the cupboard?
Nope,
You don't think he's...
could be. I think he might be stuck.
There he is.
Is he doing a live stream?
Oh, well, as long as he flushes afterwards.
No, a live stream where you broadcast live online.
Who live streams from a toilet?
Maybe someone who wants the internet's help because they're stuck inside?
Genius. And what's the internet saying?
Well, Dave the Goth 726 says, walk through the wall.
Great idea. Well done, internet.
No, it's a terrible idea because it's not possible.
Here we go. Oh, ouch.
In a solid, the molecules are packed tightly together and bound by chemical bonds. So one solid can't pass through another because the molecules all block one another.
Okay, then. We need another suggestion. Here's one. KW 2014 says, turn yourself into a gas.
Oh, come on. That's worse, if anything.
Well, I reckon it could work.
How? How can you imagine that working?
Okay, here's how I see it. If he turned himself into a gas,
Not actually possible, but do continue.
he'd be free to go under the door. And then he could just turn himself back into a solid and we're done.
I'm afraid that won't work. Unlike in a solid, the molecules in a gas are not bound together, but are completely free. So gas molecules can get through tiny gaps that solids can't.
Perfect.
But because they're not bound together, different parts of a gas can end up in different places. So some of him might end up on the right side of the door.
When you say some of him,
The bad news is that some of him wouldn't.
okay, I'll admit that wasn't what I'd hoped for. Are there any other suggestions?
Here's one. Quantum tunneling.
Quantum what now?
Sounds like we need a quiz. Is quantum tunneling a weird dance move?
Yeah, dance like no one's watching.
A weird digging technique?
Yeah, dig like no one's watching.
A weird thing particles do?
Yeah, particle like no one's watching.
The answer is a weird thing particles do. Quantum tunneling is when a teeny-weeny subatomic particle jumps through a barrier it shouldn't be able to get through. It's all down to chance. But for loads of particles in a person to do this at the same time is ridiculously unlikely, but theoretically possible.
So he could get his head through?
Ridiculously, ridiculously unlikely.
And his hand?
Ridiculously, ridiculously, ridiculously unlikely.
And the rest of him?
It's not gonna happen.
Actually, that looks worse than being stuck in the toilet.
If only you were made of neutrinos.
What's a neutrino?
True or false? Neutrinos are the most abundant particles in the universe.
Ha, easy. Must be false. If they were that abundant, I would have seen them.
Well, I'm afraid it's true.
Huh.
Formed inside stars, neutrinos are teeny tiny subatomic particles that are everywhere. But we never notice them because they pass through objects as though they're not even there. You can't make a person out of neutrinos, but if you could, then they'd probably be able to go through anything.
Awesome.
No, because apart from the fact that you can't make a person out of neutrinos, they're affected by gravity. So before he even got through the door, he would pass through the floor. And he would, of course, pass through his clothes too.
Oh dear. And then what?
He'd fall right through the earth with no clothes on.
Oh, that's a rubbish idea. Thanks for nothing, Internet. So let me get this right. You can't turn yourself into a gas, but if you could, then some of you would get past the door, but some of you would drift away and end up somewhere else.
Correct.
You could try quantum tunneling, but you might only get far enough to get stuck.
That's it.
Or lastly, if you were made of neutrinos, then you would fall through the earth with no clothes on.
I'm afraid so.
So what can he do to escape the toilet?
Oh, hold on. His actual mum, 129, says, looks like a sliding door.
That really is a little embarrassing. But he wishes he could fall through the floor now.